Hello, fabulous superstar Libra. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of July 2023. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. It will be on the 3rd of the month that we will have this month's full moon. The full moon takes place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with the foundations of your life. It's home and it's your family of origin. Everything from your living situation to your understanding of your roots and reconciling with your past. All of that is covered here. Well, overall, this full moon is mighty fortunate, I'll tell you. It is speaking in supreme harmony with Jupiter, currently in a wealth-oriented part of the sky for you, which does suggest that if you are involved in real estate, buying or selling, if you have a home-based business, all of these endeavors can be very profitable for you now. And given where Jupiter is, it also has to do with meaningful change. Well, there could be meaningful changes in your relationships with people of your family of origin, and also some profound insights that shift you profoundly when it comes to your past and your relationship to it. Saturn speaking in harmony with that full moon is very hopeful as well, because whatever gains you make, they have the potential to last a really long time. In fact, this is long-term benefits that are likely to be part of the energy of this moment. We do have Mercury across the sky from the full moon. There could be some negotiating, some need for diplomacy that could be playing out at this time, some sense of going back and forth in some way with another person in a way that may not always feel easy, but still may be part of what helps you to tap into the really big blessings of this moment. I love this energy for you. If it is buying, selling, moving, new roommate, as I mentioned, positive changes can happen on that front for you now. If it is that you are looking for positive news related to your family of origin, that could find you at this time as well. And if it is that you're seeking to understand yourself and being at home within yourself, well, you take leaps forward in that regard at this time also. Now, navigating forward, the 17th of the month is when we have this month's new moon. In contrast to the most private part of your sky, which the full moon was in, this is the most public part of your sky, the top of your sky, having to do with career and life purpose. This is where you're most visible. It has to do with larger successes and your understanding of legacy and destiny. New moons bring with them new opportunities, brand new insights, and new pathways. It is seed moments, so new inspirations could find you here as well. New bosses or people in positions of authority. So this new moon is speaking in supreme harmony with Neptune. So this could be some dream career or really magical opportunity that either shows up or that you're going for at this time. Uranus speaking in harmony with this new moon does suggest that there's a feeling of excitement and that things can change very quickly in a way that you love. But Pluto is standing across the sky from this new moon. And so there are factors there, forces there that are big, that are not necessarily in your control. Where you want to be careful with that is if you find yourself in some sort of a power struggle with a boss or person in position of authority. That may be just the impetus you need to go in new directions. And yet, it's not necessarily comfortable to get into that type of power struggle with another person. That may not necessarily be the case, but either way, it leads you to some understanding of what you're really going for. Interview and audition situations. So overall, there's a lot of fortunate energy here. You do want to be careful with that Plutonian energy. If it starts to feel like this person is crossing a line that you're interviewing with, then you can decide how you want to respond to a given moment. With all this very dreamy energy, quick moving energy, where possible, I would encourage you to pace yourself. You know, I like to say pace yourself and be yourself. It's the best way to navigate this time and new career opportunities or opportunities you hope will align you with life purpose that could find you at this time. Now, where it comes to matters of love, well, that's the big news on the 23rd of the month. After being in shadow since the 20th of June, your ruling planet Venus goes retro. This retrograde happens in a friendship part of your sky. Love and friendship are intimately tied for you now. Venus will stay retrograde until the 4th of September, and then direct will stay in shadow until October 7th. So we've got some time ahead for these lessons to be playing out. And I know I've been telling you in videos I've done before, I'll link them below. There'll be special Venus horoscopes coming up, and be on the lookout for that. But I've been telling you, this Venus retrograde season is set to be a doozy, okay? The doozy starts right out of the gate. On the 2nd of the month, Venus will square Uranus, a key characteristic of this time. That is a surprise a minute, if not shocks. In the middle of the month, Venus will align with Neptune and will stand still in the sky with an orb of a connection with Pluto. And so there's these mix of energies here. There's this sense of things not being stable, feeling shocks that are jolting, disappointment, disillusionment, power struggle that seems like it comes out of nowhere, intensity as well. I'm so sorry to say, but it does happen. But this is part of what we are learning through at a time like this. Now, ultimately, the energy is very healing. That healing energy we glimpsed in late June. You'll get some again once we get into August, well into August, but we're not quite there just yet. This is where the doozy really feels very strong. So pace yourself and be yourself, as I like to say. Be very kind and gentle with you. This is your ruling planet. You will feel this energy more than most. It's in a friendship part of your sky. It may play out in the context of friendships, not necessarily romantic love, but I think romantic love is going to be a big part of the energy of this moment. For those of you open to meeting someone new, what a remarkable time this can be. Now, friends can become lovers. Friends can introduce you to lovers. All is not as it seems. It can feel like friends make romantic declarations that are downright uncomfortable. Romantic surprises just really are not the way to go. If you have or are having feelings for a friend, well, look, it's always up to you to decide what's right for you to do in light of your unique circumstances. But I would encourage you to wait. If something's right, then it will be there. Because I feel like your own feelings are going to be on a little bit of a roller coaster. And it isn't really going to be until we get to the other side of this energy, meaning get well into October, that you'll be a lot more clear about what you want and what you're hoping for in the context of connections that you might make now. For those of you just starting to date someone, what a remarkable time this can be. Now, friendship and love are intimately tied for you as a general principle, as an air sign, but certainly at this point as well. Do your friends get along with this person? Do your friends have surprises? Do they know things about this person? All of that could stir now. Do you really feel like this is someone you could be friends with, that you could hang out with on that level? Because if not, well, that's going to be made abundantly clear at a time like this. And so, whether it is that your friends have opinions or experiences or rumors or gossip, this can be part of what stirs for you now. But it's always up to you to decide what you want to do with whatever information that finds you now. Breakups that happen with Venus retrograde tend to not stay broken up, and chances are you may need to be on the other side of it to clear things up, to understand what it is you really want to do. But of course, do what's right for you in a given moment. For those of you in an established bond, what a remarkable time this can be. Again, friends getting in the way of, having opinions of what's happening between you and this person that you love. Friends can often miss the nuances that are actually really important. Um, and very often it does happen if something's happening in our relationship, we may talk about it with a friend, but not necessarily talk to them every day that the relationship is amazing. And so they get an impression that the relationship is 95% awful and advise you and guide you from that place. Now, that may be one scenario that might play out for you now. Outside of that, though, it might be a time where, in some way, whether it's your own desire to spend time with friends that your partner doesn't agree with, or you wish that your partner would come along and spend time doing social things more, these can be part of the tensions that do find you now. I would be mindful as well if you're in a committed relationship and you're not open to connecting with new people. That idea of friendship and love it may take you by shock, could make things really uncomfortable. So it is a time when you're looking at your partnership for some of you and seeing whether or not there's genuine friendship there. You may be looking at how supportive or not supportive friendships are, or the social things you like to do with the person that you love. But of course, it may also be a time when your friends are giving you some really valuable feedback and insights. It is a distinction, and it's up to you to decide what it's going to mean as you navigate forward from here. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a valuable and meaningful astrological moment. I am going to say, I love a lot of these energies. Venus is your ruling planet. Venus going retro is a really big deal. Whenever Venus goes retrograde, it isn't just about where that retrograde is happening. It's about you and who you know yourself to be. Friends are incredibly important for you now, but friends are full of surprises, and I would even say uncertainty. It can be a magical time in some ways, especially with that full moon early in the month. But at the same time, you're considering yourself in relationship to others. Don't feel like you need to have all the answers yet. You're just not going to have them. And chances are you're going to see this time very differently once we navigate into the fall. I'll be here to talk about it every step of the way, but be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself. You're learning really valuable lessons that, once understood, will stay with you for a very long time to come and will be well worth the journey. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership rate. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.